the woman was shocked to find the birthmark on her newborn daughter's hand had disappeared. She remembered asking the nurse to stamp the baby's arm after birth, just to prevent a baby swap. Now she was certain the child in her arms wasn't her biological daughter. She immediately told her husband. After hearing this, he ordered the hospital to be locked down, but the real baby girl had already been taken to the morgue by the nurse, who planned to kill her so her own daughter could take the place of the wealthy heiress. This terrified the little girl. She thought she had finally reincarnated into a rich family, but was about to die before enjoying it. In her previous life, the girl was an overworked employee who died suddenly during overtime. The king of the underworld pitied her tragic fate and decided to give her another chance at life. She wished to be born as a rich second-generation heir with endless money to spend. The king granted her wish, and she was reborn as the richest man's daughter. Months before birth, she waited excitedly until the rich man mentioned that the housemaid's due date was the same as his wife's. Upon hearing this, the girl felt uneasy, realizing this matched the baby swap plot in short dramas. But then the rich man said he had bought out the hospital, so no outsiders could interfere during labor. This reassured the girl for the time being. As she waited to be born, the day of labor finally came. Just as the girl was ready to embrace her wealthy life, the doctor announced her heart rate was dropping, and she had to be transferred to a better equipped hospital, which happened to be where the maid was also waiting to deliver. The group soon arrived at the hospital, and as expected, the maid saw them. Seeing the woman being surrounded, the maid suddenly had an evil thought. So right after giving birth, she endured the pain and got up, secretly changing into a nurse's uniform. Meanwhile, the woman successfully gave birth to a daughter and was immersed in the joy of becoming a mother. As the girl was enjoying her happy moment, a nurse approached, saying the baby needed to be cleaned. The woman said to let the rich man go with them, but the husband didn't want to leave his wife alone, so he handed the baby to the nurse. Though the girl was reluctant, she was still taken away by the nurse. As expected, the nurse was stopped outside the ward by the maid, who lied about a patient suffering from major bleeding. The nurse believed her and handed the baby to the maid. The maid took the girl and immediately covered her nose and mouth, trying to suffocate her. The girl thought of her past life of hardship, finally being reborn as a rich heiress. There was no way she could die again, so she cleverly pretended to faint, making the maid think she was dead. The moment the maid relaxed her grip, the girl burst out crying. Hearing the cries, the rich man told the nurse to bring the baby back. With no choice, the maid returned the baby, but what no one expected was that the swap had already taken place. The baby in the rich man's arms was actually the maid's biological daughter, while his real daughter had been taken away. Watching the seemingly happy family of three, the maid secretly sighed in relief, thinking her plan had worked. She then quietly left the room with the girl. But in the ward, the woman sensed something was wrong. She stared at the baby and immediately believed this wasn't her child. The husband thought she was just being paranoid, believing that all newborns looked similar. But the woman insisted something was off and demanded to check the baby's left wrist. When she saw the wrist, her eyes widened, completely sure this wasn't her daughter. Upon hearing this, the rich man panicked and quickly ordered the bodyguards to lock down the hospital to find his real daughter. Meanwhile, the wicked maid had already taken the girl to the morgue. She wanted the girl gone for good, so her own child could become the heiress safely. But just